Check you're focused. Alright, I've treated myself to a lunch break. I've been so busy, so snowed under with work and other bits and pieces. I've just not had any time to myself at all. So I looked outside today, beautiful blue sky, no wind, it's pretty cold, but given what the weather was yesterday, which was, I mean, gale force winds and just constant battering rain, I figured this is probably the last chance I'm going to get this year to get outside on my beautiful Cervelo. So I thought I would combine this little sunny jaunt on my bike with a review, a 1 year on review of my Hunt Aero 38 carbon wheels, whatever the correct name is. I'll put it up there. If you're not interested in watching all of this video, sorry about my hair by the way, just taking my cycling helmet off and don't know what it's doing. If you're not interested in watching the whole video, I'll just let you know now, these wheels are mwah. They are possibly the best thing I've ever bought for a bike. I think I say that every time I buy something new for my bike, but after a year, I think I'll stand by this one. It's the wheel and tyre combination. So anyway, I'll review them both in conjunction with each other, because I don't think it's fair to do one without the other, because they work with each other. So anyway, I'm waffling. Yeah, so if you're not interested in hearing more about these wonderful wheels, I'll catch you next time. If you are, let's have a look. These are the Hunt Aero 38 carbon road wheels. They are just, they're just the best thing I've done to the bike. They really are. I used to think the eTAP was the best upgrade I'd made. Had a couple of issues with eTAP over the year, with it dropping chains and the micro adjustment not working, where I needed to repair the levers to the mechs. I mean, 99% of the time it's absolutely beautiful. I love the way it works. It's silent, it's fast, it's lovely. But those couple of little glitches are just put it just behind the wheels in terms of my #1 upgrade. These wheels, I've not done hundreds of rides on them, but the rides I have done have been the most extreme rides I've ever done. In fact, one of them is probably the most extreme thing I've ever done in my life, in that we rode up Mont Ventoux and back twice, the first time in sub-zero conditions, and the wheels were absolutely fantastic. Really strong crosswinds. I mean, given that they're not super deep, but obviously there's a bit of depth to them, so you're always going to feel that more than with a shallow rim, but nothing that couldn't be handled. I'm not a demon descender, but the brakes seem absolutely fine, even, like I say, coming down Mont Ventoux in freezing conditions with a wet surface seemed absolutely fine. I think there's a coating on this rim here. I'm not sure how well you can see it. Excuse the state of the wheels, they're disgusting and filthy. But whatever that coating is on the rim there, doesn't squeal, doesn't seem to overheat, works really well with the SRAM RED calipers. I know everyone's moving on to disc brakes, but these seem to have really nice modulation and controllability. I've not had to do any real mega emergency braking, other than actually just behind my good friend Jason Arblaster when he flipped over the barrier on Mont Ventoux. That's the only time I've had to put emergency braking to the test, but all in all, oh, I just love them. I switched over, and I can't remember why, but I switched back to my Mavic wheels for one day. I've got the Mavic Ksyrium Pro Exalith wheels with Continental GP 2000s or whatever they are, tyres. I switched over for one day, and where I'd been previously really happy with that wheel and tyre combination, I don't want to slag them off because they're really good, but they felt so harsh. Switching back to these, without wanting to romanticise it too much, it's like you're gliding. It really is. I'm running 80 psi on the front, 90 psi on the back, but it feels like I could be running 40. It's so soft. It really cushions you. It takes out all the road buzz, and there's no flex. So you put the power out, and they still stay nice and firm. There's no flex on climbs or sprints. Not that I put that much power out, but it's a solid wheel, but just incredibly comfortable. It's like riding on bad surfaces even. It's like having your bum kissed by a rabbit. No, it's like having your bum stroked with, and it's really comfortable. So there they are. I mean, sorry about the mess. They look absolutely hideous. I'd like to have done this review when they were nice and clean and tidy. This isn't a sponsored video, by the way. I just happen to absolutely love these. And the very best thing about them, in my opinion, is the value for money. They were £899, if I remember correctly, from Sigma Sport. They perform. I've not experienced real high-end million Steins and top envy or zip wheels, but they'd have to be incredible to justify the price premium over these. These are absolutely great, and for me, they look perfect. Not overdone with the graphics, not overly deep. Tan sidewall's always split opinion, but I love that look as well. It wouldn't be fair to just put all the praise on the wheels. It must be a combination of the wheels and tyres. These tyres are silky. They really are. I'm running the latex inner tubes. Well, in one of them actually, got the puncture in the other, and had to put a crappy Halfords inner tube in. But the combination of the tubes, the tyres and the wheels, just an absolute dream, and by far the best money I've spent on this bike so far. I do like all the other stuff, but they're the best. So anyone looking for a bargain set of medium deep carbon caliper brake wheels, Hunt Aero 38 carbon whatevers, go and get them. Anyway, let's get back on the bike and carry on my ride. You're still attached to the front of my bike. I just saw this little derelict building as I was riding past. Thought that could be good for a photo shoot, but sadly there's no way of getting in there without, especially in the gear I'm wearing, without cutting myself to pieces. So I think I'll come back another time, maybe with the drone, see if I can fly inside it and see what it's all about. But I don't think there's much going on, but interesting nonetheless. Couple of other points about the wheels and tyres. Firstly, the tyres, I've had over a year and I've had one puncture, and that was actually while the bike was on Zwift indoors, so I have no idea how that happened, but puncture protection on the Vittoria Corsa Graphene, whatever they are, seems to be pretty good. And the wheels, probably the most important thing I should have mentioned, they are fast. The aero benefits are undeniable. When you hit a nice flat piece of road and open it up, they absolutely fly. So again, just further underlining the brilliant value of these things. But for now, those aero benefits aren't going to do me any good. I'm about to hit an absolute bugger of a climb. When I first started cycling, I had to get off and walk every time I did this climb. Not today. I'm going to the top, I think. So what was that I was just saying about punctures and how brilliant these tyres were? And I was on possibly the fastest part of my ride as well. I'd done that climb that I was talking about, even though my GoPro ran out, so I didn't get to film it. And then on the other side of that climb, I hit a dual carriageway, which leads to where I am now. And that dual carriageway, I normally hit about 60 kilometers an hour. And funnily enough, I did actually ease off just a little bit because there was so much crap at the side of the road. So there is a cycle lane, which I was in, but I was staying quite wide in the cycle lane to avoid the very edge of the road because it was just horrible. And bang! It was such a jolt, it's actually shaken the bottle out of my cage. So you can see there, my bottle's gone. I don't know where that went, it went flying. And that has taken the shine off what was otherwise an absolutely delightful ride. The one positive to come out of it is it has confirmed, hang on, that I am a bike handling god. Lesser men would have been thrown from the bike. I shouldn't be with you now, I should be sprawled across the dual carriageway back there. The front wheel with no grip whatsoever was an absolute nightmare, but my superior skills kept me upright and managed to bring myself to a gradual stop. So anyway, sorry if this is all really shaky. I'm having to film this on my phone now because, like I say, like I said, my GoPro ran out. Right, summarise. Lovely way to spend a lunch break, even though it's gone on for a bit longer than I was expecting. The wheels, I stand by them, absolutely fantastic. I will stand by the tyres as well. One puncture in a year, other than the one when it was inside on Zwift, don't know what that's about. Isn't bad going, and the roads are so covered in grit and crap that it's hardly surprising. And the sunset, I don't know if you can see the colours behind me. No, not really. Right, well I should actually stop and repair the puncture, but I'm about 1.5 kilometres away from home, so I'm just going to walk it, albeit in my dodgy cleats. So might as well wrap up now. I think I've broken all the rules of my normal vlogging. If you watch my how-to vlog episode, I think I've broken all those rules. There's been no special effects. Obviously I've chucked in a bit of slow motion, no drone footage. I'm not wearing any of my own merch. This is the team gear that I'm wearing. Oh, incidentally, how disappointing was that? Getting dressed up in all my team kit. I think I'm probably the only team member that hasn't got the official WKG arm warmers, and I actually can't even find my gloves anymore. So, really disappointing. If anyone's watching that's got the WKG arm warmers and wants to sell them back to me, please do. I'd love a pair. Size large would be great. Anyway, what I will do is I will finish in the way that all vlogs are supposed to be finished, and see you next time.